since you know we're telling the truth about the only guns around the world, it's the most not doing that took place, and since we get past of that unshot two test, and it would seem to me the emotional that they did not coincidental for the guns and the guns were already into the nothing. They were at it like a research paper on the brothers opening release and enforcement information formulated perfectly. So here's to all was not disputed person, thinking of all for the vengeance against his wife and a lover who was murdered at his side. It wasn't because his guns were much colder sort. Also one of the bullet holes who had two guns to make certain you were that I made pull the trigger. One, not once, not twice, but 8 times. Four for her, and four for him, and then I'm gonna ask a bunch of them of the Gemini killer, like killers. The shoes and knives and other things that which happened to the boys that's in the mouth of them made it back to someone else's crime. But they saw it was one strand of unit, and they were way long ago. We really knew they were trying to be humorous, so the restaurant they were found out they did not have actual way. But we do have audio evidence about how it might have went down. I asked him, it might have been more like dragons. He skipped it. Nah, it could have been the white dragons. The bull was suicide. Alright, what's up, guys? I'm going to do a video about what I should have did a long time ago, because at the same time I'm going to make a reference and give you a link to one of my oldest videos when I was doing flexibility stuff in splits, and this shows about I was doing stuff before in transition, and what I was doing was I was revealing stuff because I was doing stuff offline in private and experimenting. Then I got somewhat good enough in transition, and I was optimistic about transitional stages of flexibility that I was able to put it online, and I actually labeled it as I didn't call it a total cure, but for certain leg problems it can cure some. But like I said, some stuff, if it's not very high level bow-leggedness or knock-kneedness, and as it is, some people like me, and maybe a few of you guys watching too, unlike these fitness people, women or dudes or chicks, they're always wearing shorts, and almost like that one guy on there that was, rallying on videos against that against fake fitness people. His name's Swallowness, or I can pronounce it. About not being fake. So you gotta. My philosophy is admitting to a certain things that you can't do everything all the time, and then I also want to show you why I have this thing where I can do some things sometime, and a different location. There is mysterious things for just a different location and a different environment and a different terrain. Sometimes you can and can't, do splits. But anyway, an old video out there, shitload of views. And the shit I do, with music, which I like doing a lot, don't even get views like that. But I'll give you a link to that or whatever too. I would and all that. But and I don't even make no money. I don't monetize some stuff which is music attached to it, since they're kind of letting you do it, but they can eventually, disable the music on the video now or whatever too, if eventually. But what they'll do is they'll put, if they let you have the music, sometimes you might get small banner ads on the thing, you know what I mean? And you don't monetize, you don't get nothing, and I don't have no intention of monetizing. But anyway, yeah, one of my things is too about I got criticized, there's younger people saying that I'm lying, that it doesn't cure, any kind of problems, and you're out there to better yourself. It's not going to cure everything, and you'll get these people being sarcastic, in some of the older videos, and say, oh, how long will it take and all that? And I write in a text back to them. I says, you're not going to get nothing you do is going to give you instant, right away results just like that, like without putting nothing in. You got to assess your own
stature, play things back in the video, you know, and you got to admit to at least yourself. That's why it's important to not fake anything in a video. My philosophy is trying to admit, and I'll even tell you certain kind of, I want to give you videos later on about anatomic inconsistencies in your own physique, what have you, you know, and try to do a custom thing according to yourself. That's what I'm all about. Don't lie to anybody. My thing also involves work-related stuff to do it anywhere. Where, like, say that you're not doing a full split, you can be like a thing that was like anything from a creek bed to some wall, and you have your feet. Even though it ain't a full split like in the movie, like the sewer tunnel attack in the Van Damme movie Cyborg, where he's, or you have the American Ninja Warrior thing. But even if you know how a lot of us can do it, you know, and a couple people in YouTube done it, foot here and foot here. It's not doing a whole split, but you're standing over something, and shit like that could be more important than knowing how to do a full split. I mean, a lot of, because I did groundskeeper work, you know, helping construct and all kind of shit like that. In my line of work, it's on call. You're doing something new in a different environment. Go ahead and fucking do during a lunch break, you know, and not being just some worker ant, you know, like everybody else, you know, obedient worker. Just, you know, you're out to either whether two different type of obedient worker classes, you know, the people talk about the mixture of the there's like the religious and secular version of about acting appropriate. That's some will, to a certain extent, you know, tell you to go to Planet Fitness or whatever, or whatever. Whether it's the religious or secular side, then you've got the religious and secular handicapper generals and progressive liberals and equality extremists. You know, everybody just bring themselves down, you know, and give everybody a trophy so nobody's feelings get hurt. Like that, like I admire that one football player was on my TV news. I forget his name. I got to look it back up for you. I don't even remember if he was in. I think he was in one of our Pittsburgh teams. He told a kid to give back a trophy because you want to all be honest with yourself and actually win. If you lose, you know, better luck next time. But in a work environment, none of us are ninjas. None of us are Bruce Lee or claim to be. Don't lie to people, you know. We're all the better ourselves and then prevent injury in a workplace, you know what I mean? So you do something during your lunch break. If you can't do it on the property of the place, go during lunch break out somewhere and fucking do it, or on the way home somewhere, you know. Don't get in no trouble or get fined for trespassing or anything else too. You know, that's the only thing I may have to like worry about. But shoot, the last one I did was in front of a dollar store, which I was doing construction on the inside, setting the shelves up, and I gave you a repost of that, which combined with an old video, which is why I don't like the live things you're seeing in the video. I used, I think, a band called the Black Keys, where I'm trying to show you honestly where how you could be in the transitional stage of a split, and you know, some of us have to prime ourselves up, and then you got to keep at it, and you get, for some reasons, different areas have a mysterious power. You go right into it, so that mystery goes on. So unlike so any of you guys, in case you don't know, unlike doing the stuff right in front of a dollar store, like you're just in front of a dollar store, people are going to think you're some kind of nut or whatever, and I don't know, you might get fined for loitering. That's how I explain a video like that. I was able to do that in front of a dollar store because I was actually doing work there, construction work there. That's my bag. That's how I get away with a lot of that shit. There's some other stuff that you may have to, like they taught me, and like I took video production courses in college, which I was never able to go anywhere with it. But one thing they did teach me in a music video course in college, which it was part of a webmaster networking and a couple of other things, and that you have to take, even if it's like you know, you want to do internet-oriented stuff, but when you get into multimedia, it may not be, you know, you got, I don't want to go on about that, but the teacher taught an important thing, because when we were getting together doing a video project, and it was for music video, and you had a band there. This is important, pay attention. The one thing they do teach you is to avoid getting fined for trespassing. If you're unsure, get permission of the people in the property. Which, to be fair too, I mean, I got fired in the workplace because I was showing off about in front of half of the people that were women, some of my friends, and trying to egg them on. Hey, they got energy to be in there. And some of them got tattoos, you know, on their legs or anything. Nice people. No hate. I don't wish anything bad, and even the boss that fired me, to put it fair. But I try to say to them, hey, if they're able to pick up heavy glass items on the things, which is very admirable, hey, looky this, having a little bit of fun. Well, yeah, you may, if you have a better paying job, you don't want to lose more money and go to a lesser paying job over the shit either, to be fucking fair. But they taught us in a video production class that I took in college, unlike a workplace environment, which I got fired from, which I'm still glad I did. I don't give a shit. It was a hell of an opportunity, you to show off in front of them, you know that. Hell, I actually do work assignments in sports stadiums, where we clean up a sports stadium, and they give you a pretty good bit because there's lesser takers, a bigger hourly rate because there's less takers on this. And if you get more of them jobs, you can be making more than a lot of play. In some cases, I could be making more money than the place I got fired of. I got the jobs every day. But for example, if there was anybody like cheerleaders practicing over there, shit, yeah, I might, they might scream over there. I might go woohoo, and then have my leg way up high and wave at them. You know, I mean, nothing fucking wrong with that. But if you got this far in the video too, I'll say, when people will say, oh, you're not wearing the proper clothes or whatever, or maybe young kids. I disagree. Because my line of work, and if any of these kids that are looking at a video like this and seeing anything I'm doing, if you're lucky, you go to fucking college and maybe you'll get a good career, and hey, maybe you should work out and do something if you don't mind or whatever too, whether you're behind a desk. But say you don't get the job at college, even go to college that you anticipate, you might have to get in a certain line of work. You might want to do something that's fun and prevent injury, and you may be wearing steel-toed boots. Yeah, and sports cheerleaders wear high boots with big heels, and they do splits. But yet, I like some ballet. I actually, looking at some things, I like ballet. You know, get some people, guys and chicks my age. They should have more of them online that isn't freaking young. They should have older people, like I even seen on Psyche Truth and a couple of these yoga, I think yogatic yoga videos. Older women and an older dude. There was this older dude, just kind of hairy, and on one of them yoga things, you know, a beard, and he's all hairy all over it. If you're my age, you got ponytail, maybe you're balding a little bit, you might want to not be looking at young people all the time. There should be more people at a certain age that can be symbolize what you might want to be at, to make it to give you an idea something's reachable. You know, you're an aging metalhead that crosses over in other musics like me, you know, that you can pull it off. You know what I mean? But as far as the proper attire, I disagree. I had some clothes that actually fit me, like skinny jeans, which I very seldom even wear. When I was, it's another thing too, I could do some lunge squats in my videos, right? The weird thing is, you'd think my legs would turn, and I had a couple stuff that actually started fitting me like skinny jeans that I eventually got rid of, you know. I mean, got actually new pants now, you know. Got new pairs of pants, a different color here, you know, now too. Look at that. But had a pair that, you know, had bleach that were bleached out on a leg in one of my videos, and how that happened was, I was at a store one time and a bottle of bleach fell off all over the floor, and that bleach splashed my leg. But anyway, one of my videos that happened. But anyway, to get to a point where if any of you young kids too, any of Ian's kids, yeah, do splits in skinny jeans. What this does sometimes, unlike when I'm wearing baggier jeans and boots in certain terrains, you know, You may want to do your splits like gradually because you don't want to go and rip something. If you're doing something in skinny jeans, here's what happens. If you're not ready to transfer down into a full split yet, what skinny jeans will do, because you know they're hemmed on the side of the legs. You know, like sewn together, you know what I mean? And that goes from the bottom where your shoes are to the groin all the way to the other leg, you know, I mean, they're hemmed together. And since the jeans are tight, right, in some cases that hem over there would actually hold up where you're into a half split, could still stand up and raise your hands in the air. Unlike baggier jeans, which you may have, I showed you in a video some days that I could get almost all the way down, or use a baton and shit, or without it. And you feel it like in those hamstrings or the other muscles that go up to the groin where it's stretching like bungee cords. And some of you have a problem where even if you could do the split, it wants to go back more than others. And there's a lot more stuff on anatomical structure that we have to battle, unlike the proper ways that they show you on YouTube, which you have respect for. I have ways of trying to get around that. And I have cases where you may want to do a particular pose and intentionally not do exactly the disciplined thing, because for my reason, like you get people that are in the, you have the regulation thing, just like the regulation military push-up, but then there's the regulation things if you're into something like a cheerleader or dance, the front split actually aligned. Some of us may never be capable of that, so when you're doing my type of yoga, you may want to have your hand do it this way. You get less afraid of falling, you know what I mean? But I noticed in a certain case that when you deviate from the proper pose, instead of fighting to do the proper pose, maybe the proper alignment will come later. What you do is maybe tilt a little this way, and you notice right away, some of us, people like me, when we try to do the proper way to stretch, that part of the muscle that you're supposed to be feeling, pulling, ain't exactly where it should be, unlike all these superior people, athletes you went to school with. You may have to kind of cheat a little bit. Don't lie to people, at least tell them you're doing it. It's a way of where you may not be able to do it completely, but you do it, you know? And if it ain't entire in its full, you can work with certain lines of work where you may be standing on something. You may be in a truck unloading something, standing on some kind of thing, you know, certain line of work. Not to go overboard in the video on it, but I could give you a bunch of ballpark examples. And then if you're watching this and you're one of them young kids, before you go disagreeing, hey, you might be a fucking truck driver someday. Maybe you might want heavy items and implements to exercise with and sit there next to a truck. This is why I particularly had a place where it used to be a milk company, but it manufactures bottled water, and I had one where I had a hairnet on my head and I was doing, because at this particular job you had to have your head covered, but anyway, you get an hour lunch, and I was next to pallets, and there was even a truck there. And what the fuck are you going to do with a whole hour lunch? Everybody else wants to go out in their car, go somewhere out to eat, or there is a few people, who knows what the hell they do, when they go away at lunch break, you know, have cigarettes, you know, if you're a certain age watching, you know, that kind of are going to be disagreeable about, this ain't the proper, who cares about the proper way? Because yes, you got to care about the proper way, but at the same time, hey, you can be a truck driver, you could be, and do this shit, you know what I mean? So anyway, I was trying to say, in some cases, the skinny jeans where you can not have a full split like this, and it'll actually, you could be in it, and you'll actually be almost standing up, a real tight pair of jeans. You may want to do that as an experiment to show you what I mean. Put on a pair of skinny jeans and try to do the split. Unlike the baggier ones, you know, you might rip something. You'll actually be suspended up and, you know, get a little balance. And wearing boots so you don't fall over. The boots and the heels provide a balance thing, you know what I mean? It's all on, okay, let's do this to see what happens, you know, and then learn a little bit of stuff online as an internet, as you go. That's what I'm saying.